So here's the idea. Listen carefully. The reason that you keep going back to the same wrong ideas about life and living on every level, from the style of your hair to what you eat, from where you live to the job you have, from the relationship you have, how many kids you're going to have, to where you move or not move, is all because of the circle of the known, the belief system, the paradigm, the paradigma. You keep going back to the same points of reference because you're confused. Something's not working. At a time in life when you were too young to question anything, everything seemed possible. With obedience became reward. With challenge, you were punished. So it was easier to go ahead and say, well, all right, I'll believe in you. So we believed in everything. People said, believe in us, give us the power. We gave them power, and where did we end up today? $6 trillion deficit, corruption everywhere, lack of morals and ethics everywhere, abuse and anger everywhere, a nation that's out of control when the biggest single industry in the world is not Microsoft, it is drugs, alcoholism, cigarette smoking, gambling, pornography, biggest industries in the world. Doesn't it tell us we've got to be honest to see what we are? We don't want to see that and see it reflect upon us. And then all this repressed anger that's eating people up inside, or improperly expressed anger, which then hurts other people. You're going to learn how to deal with anger without doing any of this. So what I'm saying is, the moment you have the courage to go to a window within that wall and look out, and you see another way of dealing with a problem, another belief, another view, if it makes sense and if it's reasonable, then take the courage to go through the window and use it. Now, when you listen to my radio show and you come to these workshops and you do not change, it's because you've gone to the window and you see something that is reasonable. It's just reasonable. But you don't have the courage to embrace it. Because you also know that the moment you do anything at all that makes you seem like you're different, you will be challenged by family, by friends. So you can kind of stay somewhat redeemed in your guilt by having listened to me on the radio. Well, I listen to Gary Null, pretty regularly. Don't do a damn thing he says, but I listen. So I'm suggesting it's time to go to the window, walk out of that window, and look around at all the other ways of dealing with problems. And then you'll see people who are vegetarians who don't get the cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, diverticulitis. You'll see people who are exercising of all age. I mean, let's face it, how many senior citizens do you know until the last 10 years would go to a gym and work out? None. That's how many? None. Even today, less than 0.5% of senior citizens lift weights, yet they need that to help prevent osteoporosis and muscle degeneration. That's the belief system. All right? That's the power of a belief system, because it gives us an image of what you should be as a senior citizen. That's the paradigm saying that. Go to another paradigm. Go to Italy. You see people never excluded from the family. The older they get, the more important they become to the family. Go to Iran. Go to the Middle East. Go to Israel. Go to Egypt. Do you think they have nursing homes there? Okay, you're 65, no longer want to take care of you, can't take care of yourself. There you go. But it's a nice nursing home. They get you, they take care of all your bedpan needs. You're thinking, whoa. I see people that the older they are, the more important they become to the belief system they're in. They become the people who teach other people and are there to act, to give guidance and wisdom. They're the spiritual center of a community. But not in our society, because our paradigm doesn't have room for it. They're no longer economically viable. The only thing senior citizens are economically viable for is exploiting the last money a society can get through nursing homes, hospices, or medications. There is no place and no use for them otherwise. And that's unfortunate. But that's a reality. Now, we can change that. But we can't change what we're not willing to recognize. And that's why I say, always look at something for what it is. Do not look at something for what someone's told you it is. Look with your own mind. Why do you think I do programs on so many hidden agendas? Because I'm not willing to accept the official version of anything. I want to see the real version. I'm not interested in their truth. I want the universal truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's always two truths, the individual and the universal. It's the universal truth. It's true for everyone. that we should focus on, not the individual who needs to be right, but what is right. So that's where we begin our journey. That's why that foundation is so important. That's why when you are honest about what you need and what you haven't got and what you don't want, what you want to get rid of, then you know where you're starting your journey. If you start your journey in the wrong place, you'll always fail. I want you to start your journey where you're going to take your first step, but it's going to be a solid step. So when someone criticizes you, you find a crisis, you're not going to fall back. That's the power of starting it right. That's why I put the emphasis today on this.